Alright, this video coming live from sunny Greece, Aeolus to be exact. Last time we completed the oath, produced a lot of wheat and wine, and worked on our population and treasury, but let's proceed, shall we? Next episode.
At the wedding of Thetis and Peleus, Paris of Troy was asked to award a golden apple to the most beautiful goddess. The contestants were Athena, Hera, and Aphrodite. Very nice, ladies. That concludes the talent portion of our competition. Now for the interview. If you are crowned most beautiful goddess, Paris asked the women, what will you do? Hera replied,
If I win, I'll use my title to bring world peace and to help all the little animals.
If I win, Athena said, I'll make sure that everyone has olive oil and bake everyone a batch of cookies. Finally, Aphrodite said, If you choose me...
If you choose me, I'll arrange for you to take Helen, the most beautiful woman in Greece, as your wife. I hope I win, because I just love golden apples.
Paris carefully considered each goddess's answer, but intrigued by the prospect of being married to the most beautiful woman in Greece, chose Aphrodite. It wasn't long before Paris found Helen, tore her away from her husband, and brought her back to Troy. Now Menelaus has declared war on Troy, and everyone bound by the oath of Tyndareus is rallying to his side, and other leaders have taken up Troy's part. Calchas the seer had this to say about the impending war. Though rescuing fair Helen may seem simple, be forewarned that many obstacles will stand in your way. Many will be old and gray by the time they return home. Agamemnon and his soldiers have already left Greece to attack Troy, but Troy's walls, built by Apollo and Poseidon, are incredibly strong. Only an intense, continual siege will be enough to break through the walls, and this type of onslaught will only be possible if the Greeks have a camp close to Troy. But maybe Agamemnon will be lucky. On the home front, you must prepare for further attacks on Troy by asking other cities to give what they can to you to support the war effort.
Alright, so let's see. The beauty contest. 32 skins of fleece regalia, 16 jars of olive, 16 planks of wood, 64 sheaves of wheat, 12 suits of armor, our treasury of 15,000. Let's go, let's see. Troy has become our enemy. Miletus and Ethiopia are still our allies. We can't build any war stuff yet. Trireme ramps and armories maybe, but nothing besides that.
I am Poseidon. Worship me, and the sea will be friendly.
Eager to please me, the fruits of the sea, the sea urchins and fish will be more plentiful, and the fishermen and urchin gatherers will be able to harvest them more quickly than they could before. Let's make a save. And so, before we do that, however, I wanna stockpile. I wanna build Hermes refugee before we do anything else. It serves like the wheat and jugs of olive oil for the colony mission already. Lurnissus blossoms. Oh, great video! Under the leadership of Minis, Lurnissus has grown into significantly isolated from the rest of the world. Over here, with a little town of shield, or not that many shields for the time being, but produces meat and fleece. They're over there by Troy's side. Our treasure looks good, but let's build Hermes Sanctuary first and such. However, one small word of warning. I'm really serious this time. The next colony missions are extremely tough. The 2 colonies to come, so make sure your treasury is up to par. You don't want to just go in with 50,000 drachmas. Make sure you have at least double that before you go in. I hear coughing from downstairs, but that's irrelevant for the time being. But yeah, make sure you have Ascania blossoms. Oh, the video under the leadership of Ascania has grown into a single isolated from the rest of the world. And they're over here. Let's make a call of granaries up here. When we have food up here, we'll make a housing block. But yeah, like I said, you want to have at least double the treasury amount of what it suggests. You have like 15,000 drachmas. Have at least double of that because it's very tough. Things are about to get very tough, very fast. Price increase for armor. Okay, video call. Because the rich supplies throughout the world, the price of armor has risen by the amount shown above. Importing the goods is now constant, but higher profits can be made from steel. Price increase for sculpture as well. Price increase for bronze. Priority military shutdown. Hello, video call. I'm 3 matches of military to get to agreement that I know I'll be able to trade with you. I assure it's not the result of your actions. And like I said, military in Ethiopia will no longer be your allies after this, so be ready for that. So we have to sell fleece to your allies. A trading post up here, and import some fleece. Ethiopia shuts down. However, I members of Ethiopia regret to inform you that I no longer be able to trade with you. I assure it's not the result of your actions. Okay. What are we going to get their suits or armor from? I suppose we'll get gifts or something, hopefully. Let's make another house. Yeah, let's not wait around too much. Let's make another housing block up here. Still no Pan-Hellenic games going on. Make all the facilities we need. These oil vendors. Let's actually just sell 6 at a time so we don't overextend our supply of fleece, because we don't have a big stockpile of fleece at the moment just yet. We have the marble we need. Let's plop down Hermes as soon as these hunters get out of the way. There's a refugee over here.
What other god can offer you
with the Kraken patrolling your shores, you'll have little to fear if your neighbors attack your sleeping water. The Kraken will dispose of any warships on fish. So yeah, it's a very handy monster if you're facing threats from the sea. Missionary attack story. Keep this quiet, political because we don't want word of our plans to spread. I can remember leader of your missionary have received reports that your Troy, our common enemy, has developed weakness in its defenses. Now is the perfect time to strike them. If I can borrow some of your troops, we can be sure to beat them. Send the troops in 2 months, and you will share my glory. Whatever they say, let's make a half save again. Half saves are gonna be your friend here, but regardless, even if they say they have a good chance to attack Troy and they're sure to beat them and all that stuff, well, they're not gonna do that. Troy cannot be defeated at the current stage. They have too many shields and you can only build triremes, and even if you were to whittle them down, Troy cannot be defeated. It's scripted like that. You can't conquer it before you complete certain objectives. So keep that in mind. Hunting lodges up here. So we get some food delivered up here as well. These granaries are all full. Now we just need these to be filled up. Milos becomes rival. I'm turning your back on your video call. be machos of Minato have decided that being your ally just isn't lucrative as being your rival. If you meet a guy, I assure you it won't be pleasant. Spell ourselves more armor. Greetings, video call. I made a large spell and please announce that we can sell more suits of armor than we could before. King Missionary attacks Troy. Greetings, Miracle. I can remember a mission. I can't believe you let an opportunity like this pass. I'm doing a favor by giving you the opportunity to participate in what is sure to be a great military victory at Troy. I need your troops now if you want to participate. However, like I said, you can't win, so just keep your forces in your city if you decide to build triremes. Usually, by the end of it, you'll have a rather good standing army and maximum triremes, so don't worry about that for the time being. Ethiopia becomes rival, the same jazz as before. Okay, we should have more than enough people who will meet our housing requirements. Let's make some more wheat fields over here. So those granaries don't go empty for long. It's better that you have too much food and too little. Even though you're gonna have some food spoil in the carts. They don't spoil very easily, but if it goes for a year without being delivered to some other facility, they will spoil and or disappear and stuff like that. Really more marble. I think we're gonna make some triremes and raid sign for some sculptures. If not, if we don't conquer them, we'll raid them with some sculptures. Oops. Let's put it down over here. Import some wood. Where's Sparta's trading post? We haven't made one yet. Buy some armor. It would be counterproductive at this point to buy stuff. And Argos attacks Troy again. That would be seem counter-effective to do that, but trust me, you want to have some, you want to have Hermes Sanctuary up and running in here, just for requests and stuff like that, and you also want to have some kind of military ready, I suppose. Here, so we buy wood and marble, so we can raid them with our triremes soon enough, hopefully. We have more, we should be able to meet the requirements with all the workers coming into the city. Yeah, we have more 50 or 70 plus workers, so even with people staying home, some people not working, that should be enough to meet the requirements. Okay, we have more than enough fleece for the time being. Let's expand our exporting exports.
If you worship me, my beloved hound will watch.
Cerebral should do his best to make sure no harm befalls you. It's been a save at this point. So once we have Hermes Sanctuary up and running, and we might actually try to conquer Syme, I suppose, possibly. But yeah, once we have everything up and running, we'll make some money. Like I said, 30,000 drachmas or even more than that is advised for this next episode, because it is very tough, challenging, tough, just the way I like it. It really tests your mental as a master builder and designing cities and leading a military. buy more suits of armor for the time being. Another word of warning. There are 2 colonies, but one of them is nigh impossible at the moment, because you don't have that much support from your vassals or allies and stuff like that. And the other one is... it is tough but doable at this stage, so keep that in mind. These wolves stop you from building over here, which is rather inconvenient. You have some space up here to either build houses, or build housing blocks, or build sanctuaries. Some is attack Troy. Yeah, they're attacking. Granaries are being filled up. Excellent.
Has anyone seen my spear? How can I be a spear carrier without my spear?
Time for another housing block over here. Population of 3,000 people. For the first time your city has 3,000 residents. Well done. The bigger your city is, the more tax money you can collect from them. Remember that as well. Our triremes are being constructed at the moment. We just need to wait for people to move into the city at their own slow pace. We're losing money right now because we're importing armor and wood and all that stuff, but it's worth it. We can also raid Sion for some drachmas if we feel like it. See how many drachmas we can cut away with our triremes. Before we of course conquer it, we're gonna conquer it before we move on to the next episode. If you have a full fleet of triremes, you should be able to conquer it unless you get 2 ships worth of attacks. Just make a save here.
What other god can offer you a kraken?
Has anyone seen my spear? How can I be a spear carrier without my spear?
Let's not put it over here. We could put it over there, but let's build it here for now. They need more access to more culture venues.
Build me a fire to roast my friends.
Okay, we have more triremes here. Okay, 6 triremes is the maximum you can have, remember that number. Let's not put it over here. Actually, let's put it over here so there's room for a fishery over here. Once all our triremes are built, we'll start raiding them. Cut away some statues and drachmas and stuff like that. Some storehouses over here, so we have room for the sculptures and such. I don't think militaries in Ethiopia are pretty tough with that many shields, so I don't think you can conquer them just if we don't build a ground army at the moment to have access to. Hygiene is perfect, and we're still making a nice amount of money. Our expenses is slightly higher than our income because we're buying stuff at the moment. before I forget, let's put the metallurgy work tab to very high so we can staff Hermes' sanctuary once we have everything we need. Syme, now you want to take your chance to rule Syme, because they buy a fleece which you can make more money with, but as well as that, they have 2 shields. Really, they're gonna have many more shields, so right now you want to take your chances and take them out before they become a threat. Or before they start to advance their army anymore. Another fishery here. Take advantage of the fisheries where you can, and so your food store up your food production. Your wheat farms are going to do the bulk of the lifting, so don't worry about food too much. But it never hurts to have an extra fishery here or there. No unrest, everything looks good. Our income has risen higher than our expenses for the first time. So yeah, you might wanna...
What other god can offer you a kraken?
Yeah, we got to see the Kraken. Poseidon swimming around over here. One of our fishery over here. Get rid of some wine so we don't drown in this stuff. You want to start gifting your allies as much wine as possible when you live data points, because otherwise you're gonna drown in this stuff. You literally have so much wine you don't know what to do with it, even when exporting opens up again later. Ethiopia are going for wine. Oh, great video. Ethiopia really appreciates your lavish gift of wine for us a wine, even which they sorely need. And they're respectful for the time being. I wonder how many sculptures we'll be able to cut away with our triremes raiding them. We'll probably do the same for drachmas before conquering them. A couple of times for drachmas if we can. So we get easy money. Look at how many shields Lurnus, Ascania and Troy have. That's ridiculously many shields. You can weaken them all you want, but you can't conquer them at this point. Unless you hack the game or something like that. 4,000 people in the city, shame we don't get a monument or something for it. Set aside the skeins of fleece. Our money level is slowly rising because we get so much tax money and exporting fleece and all that good stuff. Excellent. Exquisite. You'll probably build a pier to Syme on this side of the shore, or something like that. Perhaps here, but remember to leave house for your room for your elite housing blocks and possible sanctuaries you're gonna construct. Okay, so let's make a save here. Plunder sculpture. To raid Syme. All our forces are off. Water skiing. These I don't know the Greek invaded and this water skiing. It's very funny looking at these guys water skiing behind triremes that people are rowing in. I don't think you'd have to generate enough speed so that the guy would stay afloat. He would probably be a single guy in the death fish in the water. With that suit of armor on and everything, water skiing like that is especially dangerous. There they go.
There was never a genius without a tincture of madness.
Probably we'll plop on a monument over here when we get...
What other god can offer you a kraken?
They're gonna be furious at us for raiding them like that. This is another adventure where raiding comes in very handy if you need resources to pull up something off. They're displeased. Armies. So we lost one trireme, that's not too bad. Everyone else seems to be coming home with hopefully massive amounts of sculpture. In fact, let's make another storehouse. 2 storehouses over here, just in case we get that many sculptures. I really have no idea how much stuff we carried away from them. Next up, we're ready them for drachmas. Once all our ships are docked and repaired and stuff like that. Mission A attacks Troy. Keep this right vehicle because we don't want word of our plans to spread. I am the leader of our mission A. I have received reports that Troy, our common enemy, has developed weakness in his defense. Now it's the perfect time to strike them. If I can borrow some of your troops, we can be sure to beat them. Send me the troops within 4 months, and you can share in my glory. I don't know, just try it. Remember to leave, like I said, I might be a broken record here, but remember to have space for your elite housing block, because that's gonna be, it's important that you have a very strong military. Don't think we need any more marble.
Has anyone seen my spear? How can I be a spear carrier without my spear?
What's no video crow? Raiding party has triumphantly returned from their packs roll with HP as a corpse that they plundered from Sime. You ready to see you're displeased with us? Well, that's one full storehouse, so nothing to sneeze at. The search of the messenger of Zeus Hermes is finished. The Queen that is Hermes' special gift will now be your city. Delivering trade caravans and trade ships will move at quicker pace, and more traders will come to their city every year. You see, everything speeds up immediately by like 50% or something like that.
Hey, could we halt some of the spinning, please? The spinning is really making me ill here.
Let's store some olive oil in, hopefully in these trading posts for now, when we can reopen trade with them. They have a nice economy compared to everyone else, so I should be able to raid a lot of drachmas from them. Okay, we have a surplus of armor at the moment, now we just need some wood delivered over here. To this trireme post. Trireme raft, whatever. Let's make a save before I forget. And we nearly had that goal of drachmas, but regardless, I want to see how much drachmas we can cut away from raiding Sime. It doesn't hurt, and after that we'll raid them for wood, and after that we'll invade them. Take them over. The less enemies you have, the better off you are. As soon as this one's constructed.
This is the best city ever. The boar here are the best this side of Caledon.
My advice to you is, if you find a good wife, you'll be happy. If not, you'll become a philosopher.
Let's make another housing block over here. By the way, watchmen will kill wolves if they spot them, so build a watch post over here just in case those wolves become a nuisance. Militors respect you. Please, video, I am Archie Manus of Militors consider you worthy opponent that you have earned my respect for the time being, please. The same for Ethiopia.
What? Just the facts. Rumor has it that there's a little unrest here, but it's nothing that I can't handle.
These houses are unhappy because they haven't evolved at all. That was Dirty Heracles again. Send our army to raid Sime again.
You
could raid Militors Ethiopia and possibly even Ascaria, Lurnesses and Troy, but however, it's not a good idea to do that because that will piss them off and they'll invade you more often if you piss them off. You don't want to do that. These houses devolved. Teenager, I can remember mission again, believe you in an opportunity like this past. I'm doing a favor by giving you the opportunity to participate when it's sure to be a great victory at Troy. I need your troops now if you want to participate. Happy this morning, right before? Stitch this. Plop down a monument. Sime will probably become furious at us. They're gonna be extremely angry with us and all that stuff. Those wolves hopefully won't tear down this fish pond. Okay, we have a bunch of people moving into the city. Everything's going smoothly. Looks like our granaries are full again. Let's delete these two over here. Up on a third granary over here.
How can I be a spear carrier without my spear?
Truck was plundered. Sime becomes Hesta. I am not speaking of your Europeans, leave a bad taste in my mouth. I appear instead of Sime extremely angry with you. They're telling what I might do. Okay, so that was a ton of truck mice, but it did help. And it seems a lot of forces made it out of their arrival. They already constructed a replacement tri-wing. Once everything's repaired, we'll start raid Sime one more time for wood, and then we'll conquer them. Bunch of sculptures lying around. Let's give these guys some more wine so we don't drown in this stuff. Like you see, we have 37 hours of wine and all lying around. Give me some more olive oil, perhaps. Let's give me Ethiopia. Yeah, Ethiopia. So now forces to raid Sam again. Ah, we only have 40,000 drachmas. That's excellent news, because we're gonna need every single penny we have, or whatever is the lower unit of a drachma. I don't remember. But regardless, we need as much cash as we can get our hands on to build that city. It's gonna be tough enough without you running low on money. Not so much though, 5,000 people. A full 5,000 people now call your city home. Growing station in the world could very well come with your city's growing size. We still place this new achievement by building a covered monument. Just grateful for the stuff. Trojan. This world has hated for a long time. Don't be surprised if there are invasions. To find out how things got this way, consult the city's history. These guys are admiring over here because we've done so much raiding and invading. This rival thinks very highly of you. He'll probably be willing to fulfill your request for goods, food, but for your request for goods. For more information, consult this rival's history. Don't let that fool you. I've never been able to request stuff from a rival, even though how highly they thought of me or how strong my military was.
What other god can offer you a kraken?
Can't seem to build gazebos yet for some reason.
If only they had been invited to a Bacchic revelry or a feast of Pan or Aphrodite.
And apparently, if you don't help them with a military goal, they think less of you. So their opinion of you plummets somewhat. We might actually have every vacancy filled in our city for once. Make olive press over here because we have some raw olives lying around. We can stop importing armor for the time being. We have more than enough. They're returning home. And all the leaky except one got destroyed in the assault. You might say I'm just fooling around not doing the goals, but like I already explained, do I need to repeat myself again? You need as much money as you can get your hands on. And you can get a training partner out of Simon instead of fleeced then when you return to your home city after a colony mission. Sparta attacks Troy. Keep this weapon because we know what our plan to do. I am in the latest leader of your ally Sparta have received reports that Troy are coming against to weakness in its defenses. Now it's the perfect time to strike them. If we can borrow some of your troops, we can be sure to beat them. Send them to meet the troops in 5 months and you're going to share in my glory. 8 planks of wood, that's not a whole lot. Well, once everything's repaired and all ready to go, we'll invade them once more. I thought we would get more wood than that. Well, let's set aside the wood for now. Here come all our tribe is focused into one block. Solve on this invasion. Horrors video group is the one more anti colonial. We allow Amanamas and Warpaper, Peninsula leader of Simon approaching the third invasion city in 2 months. Whoa! They're really sending everything they have at us. But we have a large standing army of rabble and tribes to sink their transport, so they're really sending everything they have at us, aren't they? They're utilizing shields over that, however, that's strange.
There was never a genius without a tincture of madness.
Solomon invasion. There's the okay video of the temple prepares passing. One man armies and war party leader of Simon are ready to conquer you. You'll take commands and ready will handle all the tactical decisions for you.
My spear? How can I be a spear carrier without my
Let's
spear?
put our forces over here. And hopefully our triumphs can sink their transports before they make landfall. If not, it's a land fight. And look at all the rabble we have. We have the Basilian rabble ready to take them down. Fight! A lot of transports, that's for sure. Come our triremes. Intercepting the transports. They're here. Eurasian force is defeated. It's time to celebrate though. The Amazon warpaper is signed that he Peninsula sent to Pegasus and followed by brave soldiers. You're up in the coming months so over the this great day. Looks like Sime double up on shields. Let's attack Simon, hopefully we'll take out a couple of shields along the way.
Offer you a kraken.
And then we'll do another attack on the attack runner. We should be able to conquer them. I suppose they had more shields than were visible at the time being because they didn't drop when they attacked us. With that or the time mark passed and they were able to gain more shields. And we even have some unemployment, that's good. Their economy sure seems to have boosted up. I hope it's possible to conquer Siam without doing further adventures. They're not related to the war really, so it should be possible to do that. Employees needed. What? Where do all my workers go? How do I need that many workers? Oh, it's dropping. That was for a moment there I thought it was glitching or something. Okay, that's good. Troy respects you. Greetings, Peter guy. Priam and Troy have considered your warrior opponent and you have entered my respect for the time being at least. I think Priam is the father of Paris and all this, so yeah, I don't know if Paris doesn't rule Troy just yet, he's on the chopping block for that one. Too bad we can't build any elite houses or get help from Artemis or Ares because they're on Troy's side.
Has anyone seen my spear?
Invasion time crushed. Bad news being off. Army of 400 defeated the Amsterdam time. I drew a Pensia as 4 grove, questioned him on sand. But we did take down a shield, and 2 ships made it, and 4 are gonna be rebuilt. It's strange that you don't need wood to build fishing boats in these little piers that build fishing boats. They lost the shield, they did, really. We'll request some reinforcements from Mechanea for the next attack. Oops, I may have gifted a little too much fleece there. Make a few more carting sheds, get our fleece production back on the schedule. Simon becomes hostile. I'm not to speak with every vehicle piece, leaves bad decision move. I pen Cecilia of Simon extremely angry with you, there's something what I might do. Defeated warriors return. Hopefully we'll get some reinforcements from Mechanea to take down Sime in one fell swoop. Let's make a save here. They can spare troops or an attack. No, just peaching. These are being repaired. We have enough wooden armor to keep at it for another try or 2. Look at how many shields. They have like an infinite number of shields at the moment. Plus infinity -1. Ships are damaged. Dispatch another attack wave this time, take on another shield, and after that we should be able to conquer them with no problem with a full fleet of triremes. Battleships, move out!
What other god can offer you a kraken?
With the kraken patrolling your shores, you have little to fear if United attacks you by city by waters. I mean, have some unemployment if we decide to build sanctuaries. I forgot to take down these artisans guilds over here. Give some wine to these guys to make some space for it. Give some olive oil to Ithaca. To really clear some space in the storeroom so we don't drown in the stuff. Even though we could keep all of it, but we have to build like massive storehouse blocks everywhere. Our granaries are full. And we have some wheat standing by. Stand by me! I don't think anyone wants to hear me sing. Although some people are pretty weirdly masochistic like that or something. Now fleece levels are rising. Fleece levels. Granary levels. Podium levels. Levels. Level 1 achieved. Congratulations, you have been promoted.
I have come down from Mount Olympus.
I suppose we can't conquer Sign for the time being. That was an experiment that went wrong. Let's give them stuff and hopefully they'll calm down. They won't attack us when we start our colony. But we nearly have 60,000 drachmas, so at the same time our bumbling did produce some results. We just have no trouble building a colony mission with this much funding. Even though the army is attacking us, it's gonna be massive, and we have to empty out our coffers to pay them bribes for them to go away. They're still hostile. Have some olive oil. Just keep bombarding them with random stuff until they calm down. Or give them fleece alternatively. Have some fleece. Main objective right now is to calm them down so they don't attack us with our new colonies being established. Like you see, there's a lot of coastline if you want to build your fishing operations, but remember you need space for your elite houses. Also, there's a lot of farms and space over here for triremes and trading ports and all that kind of nice stuff. Housing blocks even if you want to build on meadows.
Who's next? How can I be severe without my spear?
Mr. Mayor loves you. Can't spare troops for offensive and defensive strike, even though I have the most shields out of all my allies. Though Ithaca, I think, has more shields. They're still hostile.
I have come down from Mount Olympus. Build me a fire to roast my friends at home.
Okay, they're apathetic, that's good enough. Make a save here. So I'm gonna prepare for hell to be unleashed upon us. That's saying it very lightly. Wait for the monster change. 3, 2, 1. Ah, didn't get it right this time around. I think I only once got it right in an earlier video.
The walls of Troy have thus far withstood the Greek attack. All of Greece's leaders have agreed that building a base of operations in Ionia will be the only way to carry the day at Troy and return Helen to her husband. Meanwhile, rumblings of discontent have been heard in the cities that great leaders have left behind to fight Troy. In Mycenae, Agamemnon's wife Clytemnestra has been whispering seditious tales in the ears of anyone who will listen.
Alright, so I'm good with the beauty contest. We sent out a bunch of supplies, got our treasury way higher than it should be, but that's good enough, good for me, easier for us to build it. But I'm glad with this video. Crow signing out. See you guys next time. We continue the Trojan War.